What is going on, everybody? Prof Jeffs here, and welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Play episode. So in this episode, we are going to be taking some time, and we are going to be starting to play around with some redstone, which means we are going to be heading over to the village for this project. It's going to be my first project toward at the village that we're going to start. We are going to be starting to do some automatic farms there so we can start increasing our emerald count more automated. um Sorry guys, I was rambling. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be making a auto reed farm. That's going to be our first step in automating the village. And it's also going to be a step in the right direction for us to start getting paper so we can start mapping more of the end like we were doing in the last episode. And doing that map also has made me want to do a big map room of the overworld at some point. I really did enjoy that project, but we're gonna go over here. This is a little area that I'm gonna test out some redstone. I haven't used much redstone since the some of the new blocks came out, so I'm gonna be testing around with some of it. So we are going to be looking at making an auto reed farm. If I am correct, these new observers, so they can tell if a block is updated, which allows them to be used as like um, a detector of updates, which is really nice because if we have some reeds here, I didn't really bring the blocks, but we'll do this. If I have pistons like this, then I have observers up above. I guess they're facing the wrong way. And then we do this, this, and redstone. I think it all should power when this block updates. Okay. So let's just do some testing. It goes like this. It grows. It grows. Okay. The only problem is where it pushes it off to. So if we build a backing like this, try not to use all the blocks, but we might have to. Alright. So if we do this, okay. So if I had a minecart running underneath here, I wonder if that would pick up the stuff on it. I'll have to do a bit more testing. I don't really know if it will. I think we might have to, because I don't think if hoppers are underneath there, it will be able to pick them up. So I'll have to figure out some way of collecting them once we drop them like this. Okay, yeah, I'll have to spend some time working on this. So I have a little template laid out here for us, just so we can kind of see what's going on. I wanted to do a bit of testing before we actually try to mass produce this, just because when you are doing redstone, you don't have as much of a luxury to be wrong as when you're just casually building, because it takes a lot more time for things to come together, and also takes a lot more time to figure things out and put it all together. It also takes time to experiment with it, make sure everything's right. But this is a pretty simple redstone build, which is why I'm just trying to make sure. The larger we make this, the more complicated it becomes. However, if we're just doing a sort of tier system. We can either just continue it this along and there should be no problem, and we can also stack them on top of each other, I think, which should be pretty cool. But a couple of these should almost be ready. I have some water under there. That's where I've been hiding the water. Um, but other than that, I'm kind of just waiting for the first couple things to go. Uh, I'm gonna maybe just AFK for a bit here and just wait around. Try to see how much we're getting out and how much we're missing out on. Because at the end of the day, when you're making auto farms in vanilla Minecraft, a lot of the times they're not going to be 100% efficient just because um, it's a lot more complicated to do the builds. Whereas in something like modded Minecraft, it's a lot easier to come up with advanced. Like I could just, for example, if I was playing Skyblock or something, there's an item which is a vacuum hopper, which is some obsidian hopper you make, and if I put it here, it just pulls all the items in. So like there's a lot easier ways to get around it in modded Minecraft. I'm still playing pretty, or not pretty new, but I mean, I'm still trying to learn all the new mechanics that have been added to Redstone and stuff. So it is taking me a bit of time, but like this seems to be the best strategy that I could come up with. So we have a bit of it built again, just in the test area. I have two sides built. They're pretty much identical each side because the idea is to have this somewhat compact and then have it kind of towering up and down, kind of all centered along the same area. Uh, yeah, so there were a few things that I've played around with. The one thing I will say is I haven't actually seen it grow to the observers yet, so I haven't had it work and confirm that it is working 100%. I'm also trying out using the two sides to try out different variations, seeing if it will grow with a block there or if it will grow with the open air, kind of testing the limits on what we're able to do. These lights, I'm realizing now, are probably going to be pretty bad. We're just going to replace them with torches probably because I don't think blocks or drops can get stuck on torches, where I'm pretty sure they can get stuck on those lamps. But a few things to note: the system isn't perfect. It does miss a bit of the drops when the piston goes off. They don't always shoot off into the middle, which kind of sucks. I don't think they'll ever shoot off to the other side. But that could be a problem as well. Um, the only thing too is we could have it a little more efficient. We could have minecarts running under the platforms to with a hopper minecart that can go collect the drops, and that would definitely increase the rates of the farm. However, we wouldn't be able to stack it as high. So if you wanted to, you could actually just make this farm a very long farm, and you could have rows if you wanted to, and then just have hopper minecarts running under them, and you could actually make this farm extremely efficient. Probably, that actually might be what we're gonna try. I'll run some hopper minecarts under it and actually try that out and see if that's a viable strategy. One thing I will say before I actually start doing the minecart, I forgot to say, is the two different sides. So the one side I have it wired like this, directly coming out of the observers, whereas the other side I have it just like this. Both are viable ways to do it. This one individually does the pistons, whereas this one will shoot out all of them. Judging by the rates of the farm and how slowly it's going, I've kind of been leaning towards the one that shoots them all, just because that way when one of them goes, it farms the farm, and then we don't have to wait for the other ones. This one would just kind of do them individually, which might work, but I still haven't decided fully on which one I'm gonna want to do, which is why I've left both of them. I'm gonna see how the rates are, and hopefully we can figure it out from there. Okay, the first harvest in test, I actually have messed up already. But we'll see how many's in here. I picked it up. There's only one? Does that mean there was only one there? Silk touch. Yeah, let's just do another test. So that means the first harvest went off and it was the right side, which actually means I'm probably going to be going with that system. So that means once one of these grows like this, I don't have any on me. Once it grows, it will shoot all of them instead of just the one. But let's do this. Let's go. Okay. There's a few stuck. Let's send our minecart in. Inventory is a pain. Let's make sure we actually activate the rail this time. And let's go. Oh my god. Oh man, that's my brain. We got 2. Let's go make sure there's none left inside there. Sorry guys, I've been trying not to make this too crazy because it's not supposed to be anything permanent, but it's kind of gotten out of control. But yeah, it seems like that got it all. So the minecart system definitely works, which is really interesting, and this system works, which is really cool. Which means we can definitely make this fairly compact. It means if we wanted to, we could have we could put dirt here, water next to it, and then we could start the next row above it. However, now that we have been playing around with this a bit, in order to make the farm just that much more efficient, I might try to go with this minecart strategy just so we're getting all the drops. That way we can have it so we can set them all up so it connects, it all shoots out. Once we've sent our pulse through to the pistons and the drops have fallen, we can, instead of having this, we can just have a water stream, which makes it a lot simpler. And then we can also just send the minecart, or actually maybe we don't even need a water stream. I wonder if sending a minecart down the middle, I doubt sending a minecart down the middle would have worked, but because it can pick up the blocks from underneath, which is really nice. But probably going to be using this side. We'll mirror it toward at the village where we're planning on building it, and hopefully we can start getting this thing up and running. Okay, much time has passed again, and we do have a semi-functional farm working. So I have yet to place down the actual sugarcane, but I'll do that with you guys. We'll just go along placing it all. I haven't actually done any testing again, so I don't know if this is gonna work 100%, but that's kind of why building your own farms are a little difficult, just because, especially for YouTube, for a series like this, when I'm trying to build stuff like unique stuff like this, I know I mentioned it before, but it does take a lot more time than just going on the internet, looking something up, and making a video out of it. I added this hopper minecart system. Can't really see it, but so it's on an auto loop, and there's hoppers here. It pretty much should always keep going, and as you guys can see, it's really slow coming back here. So I have a bunch of hoppers. This is going to be the offload point. I decided to have it, instead of having it like stop and offload, I'm just going to have it running all the time. That way we don't have to develop any sort of system that will to, like, we could make it so the hopper comes to a point where we can detect if it has items. If it has items, we'll lock the minecart and have it continue going, or have it offload its items, and when it's offloaded it keep going around. But I decided for this, so if, let's say this is what launches or whatever, let's say this is what launches it, it only goes 15 blocks because redstone only activates 15 blocks if it's the one on the far left. If it's in the middle or whatever, it will go 15 blocks that way and 15 blocks that way. So I do want it running most of the time. My initial thought was to have it so when the man, or the observers, when they trigger, I wanted to have it send a pulse to the minecart, which released the minecart and let go. But instead, I decided to have this system where it auto goes. And I'm going to try to compact the system that we originally had. And I have dirt here now. This is going to be our second layer. So we're going to have some reeds right here, some sugarcane as well. It'll be growing. We'll have our pistons here and observers, kind of, and then pretty much it will just keep knocking them into each other, and it will just all land right here, and it all should be picked up from the minecart below. Starting to look good. Even as we continue to finish the farm, it's already starting to grow, which is pretty cool. We'll be able to see it working hopefully pretty soon. But I am here. I'm going to be replacing the roofs out with stone. I'm kind of going to, for most of my builds, I like to try to use a distinctive block around. That way, if I'm ever doing work in the area or anything and I'm breaking anything, I kind of know to... I know not to break certain blocks, kind of thing. So, like, if I'm ever digging, because this is right below our upper courtyard for the village. So like, if I'm ever doing some work up there and I'm digging down, and I ever hit stone brick, I kind of know, okay, well, I probably shouldn't be digging through that stone brick. It's just same with any other material in the nether where I've been using probably not the best idea to use nether bricks for our farm at the nether fortress, but I kind of wanted it like that just so I could I wanted to be able to I wanted it to blend in, but I didn't have enough red nether bricks. Realistically, I would have used those red nether bricks, but we used them all to make the storage room, or not the storage room, sorry, the furnace room. But that's kind of the idea with my world, is I'm hoping to get a lot more of these farms up and going, and once we do that, we can start we could stop worrying. I could stop worrying about farming. It will take me a lot less time, and I can focus more on building, focus more on these projects, and honestly, should be a lot easier. For my schedule for the next bit, guys, I'm gonna be trying to upload a video at least every other day. That's probably gonna be how it's gonna go for the most part. I still gonna try to upload videos back to back occasionally and stuff, but these larger projects are definitely taking a lot more time to think about them, do the theory crafting, build them, and all that stuff. But hopefully, as the series progresses as well, we'll be spending less time farming resources, because that's another thing that takes a lot of time, and we can start actually pretty much spending like majority of our time working on projects and stuff. But this is coming along nicely. I have to wait for the first time it oh man, I have to wait for the first one to grow to the very top, but once that happens, we'll be able to make sure the farm's working a-okay. Right now, it looks like we got some stone, so I'm pretty sure it's working, because that stone would have been from when I was breaking the blocks, which is kind of cool. But yeah, so what I was talking about before, actually, I think I might have cut this out of the video, so I messed up. I was pretty much saying you can build these compact and you can build them side by side, but as you guys can see, the redstones here, so you can technically build these side by side. The only thing is you'll have to leave one block in between, and then we can start the, well, we can't actually start the one here because the redstone needs to go here. So we actually need 2 blocks in between, because we'll need one like this, and then we'll just need one to separate it. But we don't even technically need the blocks in between, I guess. We could have it open so we could run through it, just in case we ever need to get at the wiring or anything. But yeah, this honestly, once we get like another row of these, maybe, and we can also build them vertically. It's just, again, we just have to take account the minecart, which is another just block below that, which means the minecart can be running on this block right here, which means we could just start the minecart here, and then go up. So there's a lot of potential for expanding. I built this beacon here and just moved the beacon from our base. We don't have any more than just this one. That's another thing I would like to work on, is getting some more beacons now that we have more emeralds and stuff, because we almost have enough to build another emerald beacon, which is pretty awesome. We do have enough also to expand our beacon at the home base to get some other perks. We definitely have enough emerald blocks to do that, so I'm gonna also be looking to farm some wither skeletons. And that's the thing I was trying to mention too, is like there's a lot of farming work for me to do. especially to try to make the episodes flow a lot more easily. You know, getting beacons and stuff. Having without the beacon here, it would have taken me so much longer to mine out this area. Uh, and this wasn't even that big of an area. Imagine if I had the beacon when I was clearing some place for the spider farm, the spider spawners, or when I was clearing for the even the if I had a haste beacon for when I was clearing for the mob farm and stuff. Uh, Definitely getting that stuff will help increase the progress of the let's play, and also should just make things a lot easier for me. So yeah, I'm gonna keep building here. I'm gonna continue working on, and hopefully we'll get maybe one more of these built, and I will see you guys in a bit for when the test goes off. Oh, I just heard it go off, guys. Let's see. Here's a piece of reeds. I hear it coming. Oh, it got picked up. So we definitely need blocks here. Did all of it get picked up is the question. So it was just this one that went off. And there's already some that grew. So just this little section. And that's kind of what I was trying to say, which makes the farm slightly inefficient. But it's also nice because it will give it a chance. Like, depending on where it grows, makes it a lot better. Let's see how many we got from that, though. 12. I mean, guys, 12. 12 we didn't have before this. Like, that's great. I'm actually really happy. I haven't done anything to this extent. Usually in my Minecraft worlds previously, I get to this point and then something happens, like the world gets corrupted, or I get busy with school or something, and my attention gets drawn from it. So the fact that I'm actually doing this stuff is really fun for me, and I'm having a good time. And I hope you guys are enjoying this series as well. But I'm gonna keep going, like I was saying before, and I will see you guys when there is a little more done. So it went off again, and look at this. This time we got one in the middle, so it probably did like 15. Honestly, it might have been. Oh, perfect timing. Okay, yeah, see? So, depending where it grows, depends where it chops. And at the same time, like, again, it really doesn't matter because it's all going to get chopped. If they were individual, I would actually not like this design just because it takes forever for them to grow to the top. I don't know if it's because they're underground or whatnot, or if they're just kind of slow to grow in general. But this system definitely works, and hopefully we could see it picking up. So, the minecart there. So I think I got it fixed. The minecart got stuck for some reason, so I just added an extra power rail, and it doesn't look like it's getting stuck very much. Honestly, I don't really need it going slow along here because there's enough hoppers, and it goes around enough that it really shouldn't matter. It shouldn't grow faster than the hopper can deposit it. So we are back one final time, everyone, and it is more or less complete. We have two of them up and running, and I'll go show you guys the inside. So we have all the wires running like this. It's not polished off anything really, but again, it's not necessarily something we're going to be using too much down here. I might try to get work on it and add some sort of item elevator to bring it up to the surface. Maybe we can build a little building up at the top for a reed collection or something. But as you guys can see inside, you can hear them going up into the water here. I know what happened there, but I had been playing around a bit with when I was adding the minecarts. I blocked off some of the water, and it probably just updated before the water got placed back. I'll go check this one, make sure everything's good in here, because I was doing the same thing here, but I think it should be good. Yeah, it looks good. So it sounds like the minecart's running under here as well. I'll show you guys what we have. This farm's actually very efficient. So in the one chest, we have over 4 stacks, and in the other chest, we have 1.5. So that's pretty good results from literally just this. it means that this produced about 3 stacks of sugar canes while I was making this one, and it just went off as well. So it also depends on how often it updates and stuff. And as we're coming in and out of the area, it should constantly be working. But we could also just keep making it over more and expanding it into the cave. So this system is pretty much unlimited. We can make it as big as we want. And it's really not that expensive either. So I'm super happy with that. Let's go up. Let's just take a quick tour of the world quickly. Just look around. I added a bit of bricks there, and I worked on a bit of this staircase going around here. It's now like this. It's not nothing complete, but just something I kind of was working on a little bit. I'm having fun, honestly, making the builds with you guys and then just slowly tinkering around with them is just so nice. I always like having little projects to work on in my world, and but the problem is I'm also a completionist, so I don't always like to leave things undone. So when I don't have the time to necessarily finish stuff off camera all the time, it gives me nice projects to work on. So that's pretty much going to do it for this video, though, guys. I appreciate everybody who's watched till the end. Uh, I'm happy with the world we've been making, and I know I've been saying this the last few episodes, but I am really happy with everybody's support of the series. Really appreciate it, and also I am happy to see our world unfolding. So I think in the next couple days I'm going to be trying to get the next bridge done, try to get the base looking nice and good, and then we'll also see what else there has to in store. We have the new update coming, I think June 7th, so we have that to look forward to. But up until then, I think I'm going to be just slowing down, or not slowing down, but we'll have to do a little more building videos, which means they're going to be a little slower, just because I want to wait until that update comes out to do a bunch more exploring in the overworld. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. If you are new, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It really supports the channel, and you get notified every time I put out a video. If you did enjoy, make sure to hit that like button. It really supports the channel as well, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Have a good day.